One other topic related to this, the Sony situation, Ghostbusters. And Paul Feig is, of course, doing the female-led reboot of Ghostbusters. And according to correspondences with the studio, it is a complete reboot. And this is a world where humans don't even know, that the ghosts are out there doing this
Where
stuff,
humans
right?
don't know where the ghosts
Here's
are.
the thing. The Ghostbusters are now going to be like government operatives. Like they're going to work for a government agency. And his idea is to have Cecily Strong from Saturday Night Live be sort of like the government liaison with them. And she would have to go out there and do the
So it's like Men in Black meets Ghostbusters?
It sounds kind of
A
like
little
that.
bit.
And then, here's a shocker
Instead
for
of
you.
aliens, it's
the
ghosts.
villain, he wants Peter Dinklage for the villain, who would be a convicted murderer whose execution goes awry when it gets struck by lightning and he comes back from the dead.
You
And
weren't lying about the Shocker.
Yeah.
No, it's Shocker. It's the Wes Craven movie, Shocker.
You were like, here's the Shocker, and then it is Shocker.
I was
And it is
doing the
literally
pun.
Shocker.
I was Mr. Pun again. And that the villain, the ghost villain, then goes like Night at the Museum style thing and brings in an army of other dead
I gotta
villains.
say this.
I don't want.
With your references, you are not selling this.
I'm not. What I'm saying, people, is that there's a reason why Paul Feig hasn't called me.
But Paul Feig,
But I have such confidence in this guy.
I do too. And I like Paul Feig a lot. He and Judd Apatow, he created Freaks and Geeks, and then Judd Apatow came in and
He did Bridesmaids.
was the showrunner. He did Bridesmaids. I think he
did The Heat, which I wasn't a fan of.
Well, in any event.
Even though it was set in Boston, I should have loved it, right? I didn't.
Well, not everything's set in Boston,
I didn't like Boondock Saints. I'll say it.
I didn't either.
Anyways.
In any event, tabling Boston for the next 5 minutes at least. It's tough because I feel like a lot of these, we're seeing things that are. You're supposed to be able to have bad ideas too as you're developing something to get to the gold.
Nobody wants to see my notebooks full of bad ideas.
It's tough because we're judging things based on things that haven't happened. This movie is going to change.
Imagine all the spitball sessions we have, some of which are just on this podcast, right? Where we pitch goofy ideas for things all the time. That there's a kernel of a good idea in there, but extrapolated out, it's horrible.
Yeah. So I think it's easy to just look at this and go this is a disaster. They're going to ruin this franchise, things like that. And then you see other things like Channing Tatum pitching himself, and
he's
Chris
the best.
Pratt. Chris
I want
Pratt.
Channing Tatum to write every email ever sent. His stuff is hilarious.
Write all my emails.
He's the spirit. He's his email is just everything is awesome in text form.
I will say that if there's one human that won this hack, it is Channing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
His stock was already up, and people are like, "This guy's awesome."
This guy's amazing.
And he was pitching kind of the idea of doing a separate Ghostbusters thing, where it's like him and Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
And Ryan Gosling, going back to the Sinister Six thing, also was kind of campaigning for the male lead in the female Ghostbusters movie. Yeah. So, I mean, look, it just says that a lot of people love Ghostbusters and want in.
I will say that a Ghostbusters featuring Chris Pratt and Channing Tatum is a Ghostbusters I can get behind.
Oh my God, yeah.
I would see that Ghostbusters. I don't know, get Charlie Day in
these
there.
guys are finally going to be in, the Ghostbusters won't have to do the whole suck in your gut joke, because they're all going to have six-pack abs.